Hi friends, I'm Walker and welcome back to All About Nails, where we talk about vegan and cruelty-free nail polish. Today, the vegan and cruelty-free nail polish that we're talking about is the new Twinkling collection from Zoya. This is their winter holiday collection. I think they just call it a holiday collection. But anyways, it's their winter collection. It is launching on October 15th, although I actually think it's on their website now. I'm pretty sure you can get it now. And they have a little bit of a deal going on if you buy it on the 15th or in that first week. So I will link the details down below. I'll put the code you need down below. But let's dive into talking about these polishes. There are 12 in this collection and we're gonna live swatch them and then we'll come back at the end and talk about my favorites. And if you're new to my channel, I always do 2 videos about Zoya collections. I do this video, which is the live swatch and review. We're gonna look at how they apply, talk about the polishes just kind of on their own. And then in a couple days, I will be posting my comparisons video, and the comparisons video will take each one of these 12 polishes and talk about kind of where it fits into Zoya's collection. So compare it with others that are very similar to it and see if they are super close or if they're unique and you should pick them up. First up is KAEDE, and this one is one that I think is across social media making a little bit of a buzz. It is certainly the most twinkling of these shades, and Zoya describes this one as a gold metallic fleck with holographic foil. And they said that you can wear this one either as a topper or on its own. So I'm going to show you this built up in 2 coats. I'm actually not sure that I would love this one as a topper. I think you can see on my first coat, it's super uneven because those pieces of foil are so large. And so I'm curious, I will do some kind of playing around with this and I'll try it over a couple bases. So, follow me on Instagram and I'll put those swatches there. But I actually kind of like this one built up in 2 coats. I feel like it could make a really nice accent nail. Maybe you're wearing a gray or a black and you have an accent nail that's this built up in 2 coats. I feel like that could be really pretty. So I think this one is a little bit versatile, but I do feel like because of those large flakes, I don't know how great it's going to be as a topper, but you're looking at 2 coats of KAEDE built up. Right, up next is Enza, and Enza is described as a medium macadamia cream, which is so fun. I don't think I've ever heard macadamia cream before in terms of describing polish. And Zoya is a salon brand, so there's going to be a neutral or a nude polish in every single Zoya collection. It's just gonna happen and I need to get over it. This one's really nice. The formula is beautiful. I feel like on 1 coat, it's really smooth. It's not super streaky, except for on my finger there where I have a little bit of peeling. But on 2 coats, this one gets all the way opaque. It's really creamy. I really enjoy this one. It's not super pink toned, which I like. I think pink toned nudes don't look as good on me. This one has a little bit more brown in its undertone. It's a little bit more kind of coffee with lots and lots of milk, like coffee ice cream maybe. I am curious to do comparisons though, because this one looks like it could be very similar to some others. Okay, next up we have another kind of more neutral polish. This one is STEPH, and they describe this one as a winter pink cream with a warm undertone. This one definitely has a warm undertone. It's really soft and delicate, and I'm excited to do comparisons of this one too. I just did my light pink comparisons, but I think this one is a really nice addition to their, range, Zoya's range. I will say this is not going to be my favorite. I don't wear colors like this. I feel like they look nice, but they just feel boring to me. I don't know that they look boring on other people. I think on other people, I often think these look really, really nice, but they're just not what I pull for, these softer pinks. But I can see this being a really nice neutral for a lot of people out there. I do think that the formula is really good. They have some other lighter pinks that have a much more challenging formula than this one. This one is a dream to apply. That first coat went on really smooth, not super streaky, and there is a lot of white base in here, and so it's definitely opaque on that second coat. Really, really beautiful. Next up is Mai, and this one is my favorite so far of the ones that we've looked at. This one is described as a sophisticated rosewood cream, and this is one of those perfect grandma shades that I just love. I just think it's so warm, so cozy. I really enjoy this one. This is a little bit of a fall shade to me, but I definitely like these also in January, February, when the weather gets a little bit cooler. I really enjoy it. This formula is, again, a dream. It's pretty opaque in 1 coat. I think you could probably get it opaque in 1 coat if you set out with that intention. I'm going to show you 2 coats, and it's 2 coats in my swatch photo, but this formula is just magical. It's really, really nice. I love this one. I don't know if it's flattering on me. I don't really care. I really enjoy it, and I think this one will work for a lot of different people. Okay, and here we have Tierin. This is a color that I can't believe Zoya doesn't already have in their collection. They have some others that do look similar. This one looks a little bit like Genevieve to me, but I do think it's different, so I'm excited to do some comparisons. A lot of people on Instagram also said this one looks like Kelly, so again, excited to do some comparisons. This one Zoya describes as a medium-toned charcoal cream, and I love a good dark gray nail in the winter. I think it is absolutely perfect. I love gray. I love gray in the fall, winter, anytime it's a little bit chilly. I think gray is really nice. And I usually go for a little bit of a lighter gray, but I've been really into these charcoal nails recently, and so I'm excited that Zoya has this one in their collection now. The formula on this one is beautiful. It's pretty much opaque in one coat, just like the last one we looked at. So I'm going to show you it built up in 2 coats, but you could absolutely do this one in 1 coat with, I think, no problems. All right, and here is a little bit more of that holiday spirit. This is Tanya, and this is kind of what I think of as a very classic Christmas red. And look at this formula. This first coat goes on really well. I feel like a lot of times reds are a little bit sheer. They can be a little bit streaky. This one I think is really nice. It's going on super opaquely on this first coat. I would definitely recommend 2 coats of this one, maybe even 3 if your nails are super long, but I'm pretty impressed with this red formula because I think Zoya has a lot of reds that do not have formulas like this, you know, that are a little bit older in their collection. And definitely I've tried reds from other brands that are not as easy to apply. Zoya describes Tanya as a festive candy red cream, which feels right. This looks like the stripes on a candy cane or something, right? Maybe someone more talented than I am can do a fun like candy cane manicure with this. But I think on this second coat, I'm kind of filling in any places that weren't totally opaque, and I'm building up all the way to opacity. This is so glossy. My swatch photo of this polish does not have any top coat on it. I often don't need to top coat my Zoya swatches, but this one was just absolutely blindingly glossy. All right, and the most perfect name in this collection goes to ROSA. This one is definitely a like rose pink. It's super bright. And this one is described as a bright and cheerful fuchsia with a pearl effect. And I have to be honest, this one to me feels very similar to a polish that was in their holiday collection last year and the year before, right? Like Fallon from 2 years ago looks very similar to this. So I'm excited to do comparisons of this one. I don't pull for these like bright pinks very often, but it does feel super festive and very kind of like sparkly holiday. You could wear this with like a black dress to a holiday party. That would be stunning. And so this one is really fun. I did feel like it was super opaque on that first coat, especially given that it's a shimmer. I sometimes find Zoya shimmers to be a little bit sheer, but this formula was really nice. It's a little bit thinner, but it kind of goes exactly where you put it. And so you're looking at 2 coats of ROSA. All right, and next up we have another cream. This one is GABI, which is a fun name. I also really like GABI, and it's described as a midnight purple aubergine cream. Aubergine cream, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. It's not a word that is often used in my vocabulary, so my British friends can correct me on that one. But this formula is beautiful. This one I think definitely needs 2 coats. It's just super dark, and so you do get a little bit of streakiness on your first coat, but on 2 coats, it's gonna be super glossy, totally opaque. I don't know. I really like these dark purples that, you know, kind of look black on the nails, but are still purple. This is a color that I love to wear in the winter, fall, the whole shebang. This one, I would say definitely looks purple though. Like there's no doubt that it's purple. There's no kind of like, maybe it's black, maybe it's purple. This one is definitely purple. Again, another one that I'm really excited to do some comparisons of. I think it has a really gorgeous formula, but honestly, all of Zoya's purples like this, except for Casey, have really nice formulas. So I'm curious to see how this one stands out. All right, here we go. This is Sedona, and I'm in love. I think this one is gorgeous. Zoya describes this one as a warm, spiced mahogany with a pearl effect. And I love that description. It just sounds like wintertime, like a spiced mahogany. I feel like I'm sitting in front of a fireplace. I'm drinking something, maybe some cider, you know, it's got a lot of cinnamon in it. It just sounds perfect. And this polish is so warm. It's so gorgeous. That pearl effect, I think, really gives you a lovely kind of red sheen across the nails. And so I don't really know if this is red or brown, which I guess mahogany is kind of that color, right? But it's absolutely gorgeous. I love metallics that kind of fall into this like deeper, darker range. Etta in the fall collection is very reminiscent of this, but is definitely purple, whereas this is, you know, this kind of reddy brown. Zoya does have some other polishes that are like this, and so I'm excited to see how this one fits in. All right, here we go. 2 stunners in a row. This one is Jen, and Jen can be just described as a royal sapphire blue with a hint of purple. I don't see the hint of purple in here, to be honest, but I do see the royal sapphire for sure. And if I had to pick 2 colors to wear in a metallic, I would pick the like super gorgeous purple that was Etta in the fall collection, and I would pick sapphire blue. I don't wear a ton of metallics. They're not my favorite finish, but sapphire blue I could wear in a metallic every single day. This one reminds me a lot of a KL polish shade that I no longer own because I had already found a dupe of it. So this one's not super unique kind of in the nail polish world, but it is gorgeous and a fabulous addition to Zoya's collection. The first coat was basically opaque for me. I think you could probably get away with wearing this in 1 coat. On 2 coats though, I did feel like I got a little bit more kind of depth of that color. The blue just got a little bit richer, a little bit deeper. So I think I will tend to wear this one in 2 coats. I also haven't worn this one yet. I've just swatched it, but I didn't get any staining, which was really nice. And I didn't even really get any staining around my cuticle. So this was pretty easy to remove for me, at least. All right, next up is ALESSIA, and this is another blue metallic. This one though is described as an icy blue metallic with hints of silver, and I definitely see a lot of that silver on here. On my first coat, you can see a lot of silver. I feel like those silver glitters just kind of are everywhere in this polish. It is a little bit thicker than any of the other polishes that we've looked at, so I found when I did my live swatch, you can see here I'm kind of removing some polish. I needed to like really get less on my brush than I thought I needed because it just goes on really thickly and really opaquely, which is wonderful. And I think you could probably wear this one in 1 coat, honestly. I didn't do a great job on my first coat, which is why I'm going to go back in for a second coat, but it is pretty darn opaque. The one thing about this polish that you should just know is that you will have little tiny silver glitters all over your hands forever. So you're not seeing this one last in order, but I swatched this one last because after taking my swatch photo, I knew that I was gonna have silver glitters all over my hands. So this one is really fun, and usually that's not a problem. You can just wash your hands, it's not a big deal. But I think this one is super bright. This one feels like twinkling to me. Like this is the most twinkling, the most winter polish of the whole collection. All right, last up we have JETT, and this one is described as a frosted silver with a flaky texture that dries down matte. And I actually hadn't read that description before I took my swatch photo, and so I put top coat in my swatch photo, and I definitely like it better with top coat. So I'm gonna try to show you in my live swatch here that it dries down matte, but I honestly think that the top coat is the way to go for this one. When it's matte, it looks just kind of a little bit like dirty almost. And so I definitely would suggest the top coat for this one, but it is really interesting. This one's going to be polarizing, I think is what some people have said, but I don't know. It's not my favorite. It's interesting. The flakies in here just kind of give it this like irregular texture. Let me know what you think about this one. I'm curious to see what the opinions are out there, but this one is JETT, and you're looking at this one in 2 coats. All right, let's talk about favorites. I am gonna pick 3 favorites from this collection. My favorite cream is Mai, and this one is such a gorgeous grandma shade, but I love these polishes. I love these shades. And in like January, February, this is exactly the kind of color I wanna wear on my nails. It's muted, so it's gonna work for the winter time, but it's a little bit warm still, and so it's gonna feel nice and colorful and bright, you know, as bright as I'm willing to go for the winter. So I really like this one. Zoya has lots of other colors in this kind of category, but I do think this one is super unique in their collection. So definitely stay tuned for my comparison video to see kind of exactly how this fits in, but I was really happy with how unique it was. All right, and then I feel like a lot of you are gonna know that I was excited about this one. This one is Jen. This one is stunning, and a lot of people when I first posted it said that this was the one they were most excited to see, and I am obsessed. I really, really enjoy this one. It's gorgeous, it's super bright, it's perfect for any sort of holiday party that you're going to, and I don't really wear a lot of red and green around the holidays. I don't really wear a lot of like red and like Christmas green around the holidays. I think this is much more the kind of color that I would like to wear because it will match everything in my wardrobe. So I really enjoyed this one. It's a gorgeous formula. It's absolutely stunning. Okay, and then I had to pick three. This last one that I'm going to say is my favorite is Sedona. This one is so vampy and so like metallic and gorgeous. I don't even know if I would call this one red, brown, gold. I don't know. It is all of those things and I'm obsessed. It's pretty much opaque in one coat, so I feel like you could wear this in one coat. If you're running late, getting ready for a holiday party, just throw it on. But I think I could start wearing this as early as like November, you know, Thanksgiving time. This would be really nice. And I'm excited about this one. I think it's stunning. And I love any polish in this kind of super deep, rich, red, brown, dark purple metallic. Those are the kind of metallics that I want to wear. I live for these. They're gorgeous. All right, so that's the whole collection. Those are the 12 pieces in the new Zoya Twinkling collection. Let me know down below what you are looking forward to grabbing from this collection. Are you excited about it? Are there any that catch your eye? I really love that Zoya is not doing the box deal where you have to get all 12 this time. The deal applies to just individual polishes as well. So you can pick up just the ones that you're excited about, which I think is really great because there are definitely some in here that are probably similar to ones that are already in your collection. So let me know what you're gonna grab. I hope that if you are new to my channel, you will consider subscribing and sticking around so that we can sit down and hang out and chat about nail polish again sometime. Awesome. I'll see you in the next one.